Hi, this is Barbara Martin. I want to talk to you about rehab. Many diagnoses, many different kinds of things you could do rehab. With brain injury, you've got a lot of options. Yeah, but you have to go to the right doctor. Even to get on disability, you go to the right doctor. Like when I first went on disability, when you think that basically your psychiatrist or psych a physician will fill it out. It depends on what's going on with you. Brain injury, you need to go to a neuropsychologist to get the evaluation because I went to a normal psychologist and he couldn't see my brain injuries. When I went to a neuropsychologist, they picked it up right away. And with disability, unfortunately, you get rejected the first time. That's what they do now. But with therapies, they actually are so wonderful with progression. Neuropsychologists say even for depression, anxiety, anything that has to do with the brain, a neuropsychologist picks up on so much more because they test you and they look at everything and look at the facets. They don't just look at the problem. And they will do it's like a 5-hour test, but it's worth it because they'll see all the functionality, and they have certain analysis that psychiatrists and psychologists don't always do. And a neuropsychologist doesn't give you meds. You have to see a psychiatrist, and usually it's in a team, so everybody talks together. But with therapy, cognitive therapy, they're games. That, yeah, luminosity, you could say, oh, luminosity, but it's not the same. It's a lower scale, but it's the same concept. You can work on that in between. But these brain games are specially picked based on diagnosis, based on deficits, which is fantastic. Physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, eye therapy. There's so many out there, but the bottom line is, what I did to progress is I asked for homework, and that's for anything. That's for depression. If you're going through something, don't just let the doctor give you the answer. Talk about it. You give your feedback. That's your opportunity to say, hey, you know what? This is what's going on with me. This is what I see. And the doctor could say, well, this is what you could do. And you think about it, and you start talking about it, but then you implement it when you get home. You write it all down. You figure it out. You journal it out. You make a plan, and you try to do it. You don't just go back each time and not actually work on you. That's how you progress. Trying new things build new neurons. Finding you and finding your bliss, it also goes into what do you enjoy doing. And if you can't do that exact thing again, do something similar or pick up something new. There's always a way to have some joy in what you do. But therapy does last. But after a while, if your body hits a wall, you can go back. There is a fund called the Brain Injury Fund, and that's for any kind of brain injury, which includes stroke, aneurysm, of course, TBIs, anything that relates to the brain. And a nurse will come out after you do the application, would evaluate, and then they do provide transportation. They do provide the therapies. And really you can go back and back. You have a certain budget, depending on the state, which is a godsend because Medicare only goes so far if you just have Medicare. So there are ways to progress and to get what you need and to continue. But implementing the programs and truly being a part of it, being interactive, definitely helps. Making time for it on your own time helps. There's so many natural things out there besides just medications. So there's so many options that are similar. Like ginkgo biloba is very similar to antidepressants. It can boost you up. There are things that you can take. There are things you can put in. You can put in depression. What natural supplement can I do? Boom. So there's so many different options out there that are natural. It's just a matter of trying them and doing them. And watching these conferences gave me such a bunch of information. It's just a matter of finding out what you need. And you can get your attending physician to test you with these holistic tests. They can do similar tests. So you can still get what you need, which is beautiful. I mean, I never thought I could be at this spot now. You know, when you have depression, you have brain fog, that's not good. To be able to say that it actually lifted, that's my next video, is diet and autoimmune, because every disease is very similar to autoimmune. It takes over whatever part of your body and destroys your body. I mean, that's basically what it does. So, but it's fascinating to actually learn. And it's fascinating to see your progression and your growth and your change just by a simple thing like changing a diet and taking a supplement that maybe you didn't know you needed based on the food you ate, because let's face it, American diet isn't all that healthy and good. So we need to look at what's in the food. You know, I love certain processed things too, but I got to read the labels, and I know how my body feels when I eat gluten. I know how my body feels when there's something that's not hitting me right. So, but that's the next video, because I had no idea I'd be able to be present, and that's a beautiful thing, to be present and to feel like a person. So with that in mind, I will see you guys later on. Thank you.